Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? Alright, I got a big one for you guys today. U.S. law enforcement are telling citizens to arm yourself. I have three different sources. One's coming from Arpaio, one's coming from Law Enforcement Advisory. Law enforcement advises to arm yourself against incoming Religion of Peace refugees. And Detroit Police Chief says to arm citizens to deter terrorists. So this is a big one, folks. This is basically law enforcement admitting that they can't be everywhere at once, that they're almost not going to be at capacity to handle this soon, and basically that no matter what you do, no matter what they do, this is the future for you and your family. So this is big, folks. I mean, when law enforcement from 3 or 4 different groups tells Americans, and I would pretty much say all people, but this is in America coming, that the law enforcement can no longer protect you and your family, and that they now look to you to protect you and your family. This is getting out of hand, folks. Alright, this is coming from azfamily.org, powered by 3TV News. Arpaio, that sheriff that's always in the news, calls on 250,000 armed citizens to stop terrorism and mass shootings. That's the first subject. Sheriff Joe Arpaio is urging nearly 250,000 Arizona gun owners to fight terrorism and mass shooters. On Tuesday, the so-called toughest sheriff in America said he cannot guarantee the public's safety and called on them to take matters into their own hands if necessary. Specifically, Arpaio was looking to the 250,000 Arizonans who carry concealed weapon permits to help keep the peace. Some law enforcement are calling it a bad deal, but I'm not going to read their comments because right now this is about what law enforcement wants and what the people want and everything else. But it does say that Steve Henry, Chief Deputy of Pinal County Sheriff's Office, says that untrained gun owners could add chaotic situation to big events, increasing the risk of innocent bystanders. I understand his idea, and that's why every single CPL holder should go through a minor law enforcement program, and I would agree with that. That part was me, what I said, is that every CPL holder should go through like a 2-week, like a police assistant program or something along that line, so that we are certified police officers, or whatever you want to call it, unlicensed police officers or whatever. But anyways, the next part is coming. I'll show you these in a minute. Next part is coming from Joe from America. This is the one that says law enforcement advises you to arm yourself against incoming, basically, peace refugees. And hang on, my computer's getting a little bit slower. And basically it says that President Barack Obama is in the process of calculating how many refugees are fleeing the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria will be brought to the U.S. communities. The United Nations and European Union are pushing the United States to help relieve the European refugee crisis and how to expedite a massive resettlement of mostly Muslim refugees to the U.S. And it basically goes in and says that basically says that, you know, we've seen these guys do bad things. We know this and we know that. And the only thing we can really do is sit around and wait for the next situation to happen. Well, this one here is basically advising you to arm yourself against incoming religion of peace refugees. Not the best article, but it is telling you that law enforcement is getting to that point where they are telling you, hey, you know, it is that bad now. You have to arm yourself against these guys, against what goes on. Little note, today being 12/3/2015, there was, I believe, an attempted robbery on my block. No, it wasn't on my block. It was about, I'd say about a quarter mile down. And basically, school children, I don't know the whole story, but high schoolers, I believe, were approached and supposedly robbed. And that's getting too close to home. So today, when my nephews had come home, we all kind of stood out there and waited for them to come in just to make sure that whoever was out there not being good wasn't out there to stir up trouble again. That happened in the morning. It is what it is, but you know, you got to kind of watch yourself now. And basically what the Detroit police chief wants armed citizens to deter terrorists. Basically, he says the Detroit police chief gave a bold proposition for deterring terrorists in a city, armed the citizens. A lot of Detroiters have CPLs, and the same rules apply to terrorists as they do some of the gun-toting thug type things. If you're a terrorist or a carjacker, you want unarmed citizens. And basically, what deters people from crime? Armed citizens, armed people. We're all carrying around shotguns and AR-15s. You want to know how many people are going to really mess with you? Hardly none. So this is what I have here, and let me go through this real quick so you guys can see this. Oop, my bad. One sec. Is that one? This one takes a second, folks. I apologize. This is one of the reasons why these take me a little longer to set up nowadays. Okay, the second one loaded. The Joe for America has loaded. And I can get up here. Yeah, let me just show you this. Okay. There's the Joe for America. Law enforcement advised to arm yourself against incoming religion of peace refugees. And this is the one coming from the Libertarian Republic. Detroit police chief wants to arm citizens to deter terrorists. So you can be the judge of this, folks. But U.S. law enforcement are now saying to arm yourself. This means they have been told by somebody that this future is coming, and that they can no longer protect you and your families from what is coming. Whether that future ever actualizes, I have no idea. But if you got guns, I would start looking for more ammo. If not just for shooting and stuff with friends and neighbors and other things. But as I put up with the Facebook that it's kind of weird that he basically gave away $45 billion. What is coming? As I've put up that Putin says, do not give up your guns. As I've put up this one here, it is showing you that they believe that there is a future, and they're being told there is a future where they, the government, can no longer defend you and your families. And that it is a dog-eat-dog world coming, and it might even be coming sooner than you think. Most are saying December. I don't hold that in my head as to when and where, but this is what they are saying. Thank you.